Coming to you live from downtown Detroit, this is Benzinga's PreMarket Prep with your host, Joel Elconin.
This is a volatile puppy here, isn't it?
And Dennis Dick.
I'm bidding a penny. I will buy the stock for a penny.
With everything you need to start your trading day.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this Thursday pre-market prep. Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin, Dennis Dick with you this morning. The earnings parade continues. Of course, we had Tesla and Chipotle after the close yesterday. This morning, AT&T, American Airlines, Southwest Airlines. A lot to get to on our show. From the earnings point of view, we will talk about why we dipped overnight. And, of course, that dip got bought, so there you go. Another case of buy the dip works again. Our guest today is Jerremy Newsome from reallifetrading.com. He will join us at 8:35. In the meantime, I want to remind you all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate all the likes, all the comments in our chats. Keep it going. We love it. Joel, update us. How we doing in the overnight session?
We're in a familiar area here. Traded down 3 1/4, 34.29 1/4. Pre-market high 34.34. Really nothing besides its two numbers at the same area. 34.34 pre-market high. Pre-market low. We'll talk about that with Dennis. We got down to 0250. You took out Monday's low and then you turned around on a dime. So we're trading a lot here. 34.30 area. We're trading the daylights out of it. Crude down one day, up the other, up 36 cents at 40.39. Gold down 1260 at 1916.90. You have silver in the red too. Silver's in the red by 28.6 cents. And Bitcoin, that's up $260 at 13,015. Triple D, before we're going to bring you on here, but I want to start a new segment today, and I'm going to do it right now.
I like new segments.
You know what the new segment is?
What is it?
It's news that Spencer saw that he didn't think was important to bring up on the show.
And what is that news today?
He's talking about PayPal.
Yeah. How did we miss this yesterday, Triple D?
You didn't bring that news up?
No, I saw it, and I see so many headlines in the morning. You know how many I just I discard because I don't think they either they're relevant or
it wasn't just relevant to Bitcoin; it was relevant to PayPal too.
I know.
I missed that headline as well.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry. So anyway,
what a move! New all-time highs, PayPal.
Yeah, PayPal, and then of course we're like, oh, what's a catalyst in Bitcoin? So I'm predicting. I know they're still talking about this stimulus on CNBC. I predict they're going to have a big Bitcoin. They're going to have a Bitcoin special here, either later on today or tomorrow, and talk about the explosive rally in it. But yeah, there's the catalyst for it. PayPal new all-time high, Bitcoin over 13,000. So sorry about that, folks. That's one we missed. But anyways, Triple D. Sometimes you have some excitement in the after hours, and sometimes you don't. But little headline kind of got your head on a swivel last night.
Oh yeah, it was quiet, and I was complaining to my buddy there, Bright. I'm like, so quiet tonight, just not much happening. And then all of a sudden, 7:30, and the S&P futures just boom, they tank them. And bring up the chart, and you will see this sudden fall. So that ugly purple candle there, yeah, that's me buying. All the way, like not even at the bottom of the candle, but somewhat at the top of the candle as well. So I got picked off a little bit on that one. But what was the headline, Spencer? I was buying so quickly I didn't have time to look at it, and then obviously it popped on CNBC, so I know the headline. But
yeah, the director of the FBI and the director of
picked off pretty much. I like us typing on the fly.
Director of the FBI and Director of National Intelligence came out and said that the U.S. voters in Florida were the target of some sort of a, voter intimidation campaign from Russia and from Iran.
Yeah. So basically, they got a hold of a bunch of voter emails, and they're going to send threatening emails if you don't vote for, I think they said they don't vote for Trump. So it sounds like they're trying to push Trump. And the market just decided all of a sudden, oh, Russia's rigging the election again. We've got to sell. At least the algo said, we got to sell. I looked at it and I was like, this is for real? Like, they're going to hit us down 30 handles on this? Like, at one point in time, we were down almost 30 points on this. And what happens? I was like, I don't know. I bought a lot of stock. I shorted a little, or bought a lot of future or SBY. I shorted a little bit of stock against it, but I was like, I just stay in long because I think this is a dumb headline to sell off on. I had my buddy Mike message me and said, are you buying this dip? And I I already bought it. I was probably the first to buy it. I was picked off, but I just, figured this market probably shrugs this off and bounces back and rewarded this morning. So I've sold a lot of those SPY that I've still have some of it because I'm hedged now, but I sold the part that I wasn't hedged on. And once again, same story. Buy the dip wins. So boom, boom, boom. A little scary when you're buying the dip at first, but you know what? It's always scary when you're buying the dip, and then it feels really good the next day.
I mean, I don't know what kind of algo would just go off on something like that.
It's just rigging the election. They just read that as the election's getting rigged here again. We got so much mess here. We better sell everything. They sold everything. And came back the next day. Again, we come back. Buy the dip wins.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. That's and that was some fireworks, but we got some earnings to talk about here, and let's talk about the big dog first, Tesla.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like Align Technologies is the big dog. All right, fine. We'll do Tesla first. All right.
Oh, we got to do Tesla.
All right. Nothing really to see here. I mean, it was a good report. They were profitable for the fifth straight quarter. They had already reported their deliveries for the quarter back earlier in the month. So no news there. They reaffirmed their target for the year of 500,000 deliveries. That was sort of the big thing I was looking for, to reaffirm that target and maintain profitability. Both those things did happen. Their EPS beat, their sales beat. So really, they didn't say anything bad. It was all just it was steady, and it was positive again. So nothing really new here. The story has been positive for Tesla, at least from a fundamental standpoint, for the past few quarters, and more the same last quarter. It was all good.
It's still above $400. So I'd say as long as it's above $400, the bulls are still in control here. So it's trading range, but you're going to get up to this top of this range here, 450, and that's where we found sellers before. So really, Tesla has no direction here in the last couple of months. It's just chopping around. Straddle buyers once again losing money because I believe, and maybe Spinner, you can correct me, but I just briefly looked at, I think it was $37. So it's about half of that. So straddle buyers once again lose. It just, just think about the guest that we had on there 3 days ago and we were showing you the quantitative stats. And almost in all cases, a lot of cases, you're losing when you're buying those straddles. There was, some of the cases where you made some pretty good money, but more often than not, you seem to be losing. Option buying, once again, doesn't appear to be working here. I mean, it's, you probably still got a couple days with it because there'd be the weekly. So you got today and tomorrow. Maybe it rips higher, but it always seems like these option buyers lose.
I think today's a really important day for Tesla. I really do. It got hit a little bit going into the number, right? Little nervous Nellies there. And now you're popping up. And I'm just one number. I know Triple D loves one number. 442.68. That was your August 28th close. That was the day before the split, and you had the shenanigans, when it ran up to 500 and then puked. So I mean, today's the day. If you can hold on to these gains, and I'm not even going to say closing over 465, but close over 450, get it because it looks bid here. Like right now, you're looking at it, you're like, man, Tesla, it's not going down. Look, it's bid well at 440 and a half. So if it loses these gains today, then I think you can see 400 and below. But you hold these gains today, you close above it, then, I think you see 500. I don't know how much the market environments have to do with it. I talked to my chief investment officer, and she doesn't want to sell it. She just said,
Lisa never sells anything.
So, I don't know.
She just holds. I can't believe she's still holding Peloton. Peloton with a downgrade from GS today.
Oh,
I had that time, man. I screwed this one up too.
you
I
got
texted
out?
you yesterday and I shorted it.
And you
Yeah,
got
I was
out?
like, I did. It broke that double top.
Oh, Dennis.
And look, it broke it just for a minute and then it's just tanks all day. I just had a feeling like, you know what? And Tesla's different story here, but Fastly, remember we said don't be the first person to buy that it continues to dip. Fastly's continued to dip here. A lot of these just high flying, high multiple stocks have come in significantly or have started to. Zoom, it took off for 3 days in a row. It's given it all back. So I think I'm still going to say rallies to be sold in Peloton, rallies to be sold in Zoom. I've tried to call a top before. I've been wrong lots of times on this, so maybe it's not going to be the top. But at a certain point in time, it's just overdone. I mean, all the good news is priced in on these things. When you're paying like 50, 60, 70 times sales for something, it's insane. So Tesla's a completely different story. It's a cult stock. People love it or they hate it. There's no in between. I don't give it any love, but you know what? You don't make money trading opinions. You make money trading the tape. You trade the tape. And, I give my opinion a lot on this show. It doesn't mean much. What makes you money? People really think, I think, my opinion is I think the stock's going to go up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy it. Or I think the stock's going down. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell it. 99% of people who are in the markets think it's opinion that makes you money. It's not. It's being able to read the tape and see where, the supply is, where the demand is, what's going to happen, predicting. I mean, Jerremy Newsome, who we're going to have on 835, is an excellent tape reader. He doesn't let opinion, influence him. He's reading the tape. And, this is how I operate like a machine too. I try to read the tape. And right now the tape is saying Tesla's in chop. It's still chopping around.
Still is, yep.
So, your bulls, your bears, where it goes from 2 years, I think 2 years it's lower. Where it goes 2 minutes from now, it's easier to predict than where it's going to go 2 years from now, but you just got to be fading, I think, right now. I think as a day trader here, I'm fading moves. I don't think Tesla's going to 465. I don't think it's going to 400. I think it's going to keep chopping around here because it has no direction right now. So I'm selling rips, buying dips, just like last night on S&Ps. I'm buying the dip. Why? Because it's what's working. Fade trade continues to work. We've been telling you this for a month. And you know what? I had one of my best months in a long time because I've been fading moves.
All right, let's do some more earnings here. CMG, I mean, we can talk about it. I'm not great with these high price stocks,
but it's fade. It's again buy the dip, and it's obviously it's dipping this morning. But if you're coming in thinking it's down 62, I'm buying the dip. Well, you aren't watching what was happening last night because it was a lot lower. The dip has already been bought. Spencer, this is your cue.
Oh, that was my cue. Okay. Q3 adjusted EPS.
He's just spaced out. He's like, Dennis.
No, I'm reading.
I'm going to space myself out. Think about AT&Ts and.
What he's doing is he's looking at news that he doesn't think is going to be relevant. And it's going to be relevant.
Oh my gosh! All right, Chipotle, $3.76 earnings per share. That beat the estimate. Sales also beat $1.6 billion. They beat by a hair, but they beat nonetheless. Comps up 8.3% on a year-over-year basis. I do not believe they gave any guidance. No, I don't think so. And
how low did we get, Mr. Elconin?
Oh man, I'm looking at this, and this is always after the fact because there's no way you could. 1260, you got to. Yeah. Guess what your October 8th low was?
1261 or something.
1260.
1260 on the kisser. These lows work, Joel. Your little lows,
I mean, it's a daily low. I mean,
yeah,
and
they go to those levels.
I bet you could have gotten hit on a bid on that. I bet you, because people were just like, "Oh, it's sell," And then I wondered. I mean, I'm sure a sell stop would have gotten filled there, but it's just one of those things. If you're so inclined, let's say you're short the thing. I know Dennis people don't usually short, but man, you just throw bids out like that, kind of like when you were like in the spies. But you hit 1260. Is that a real print back up near 1370, or is that one of your FINRA prints?
It's your FINRA for sure. There's none to do that. That's your.
I don't know. I'll let
what
you
time was that print at?
That print was 1915.
Yeah, so that's just
last night.
That's the close. That's FINRA. That's a FINRA close.
Cross at the close.
Cross at the close, which closed at 4:00 at 1366. So it's a late print to FINRA. This is why the trading systems, TradeStation, if you're listening, we know you guys, TradeStation, listen. We meet with you guys. Get rid of those FINRA prints off there. It looks like hell on the charts. After hours, FINRA just messes it up. I know intraday, they're usually within the markets, but after hours, those FINRA trades that are at the close, those are late prints. It didn't happen. It wasn't there at 9 o'clock. It was there at 4 o'clock before the tape. So again, I'm just explaining it to everyone. It kind of got out at 1366. That was a trade that occurred at 4 p.m. before the earnings came out, and it was just late reporting to the tape.
All right. Any technical analysis besides buy the dip from last night?
No, that's how I do it. Buy the dip and sell the rip. You just put it on repeat.
Repeat. Okay, Let's go. Spencer, what do we got next?
Can we talk the top gainer on my filters this morning is Align Technologies, ALGN. Smile Direct is moving in sympathy with that. So ALGN.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. Look. Spencer has some interesting things. Q3 EPS for Align Technologies $2.25, up from $1.48 a year ago. Sales $735 million versus $514 million on the estimate. So a beat. Like I said, it's up big. So is Smile Direct Club SDC in sympathy.
So everybody decided that they all of a sudden care what they look like. You can tell I really care what I look like with this hair going on here today, but I don't know. Like, that's surprising to me actually that, this just killed it with, braces, right? This is just like the invisible braces.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess everybody's looking in the mirror more when they're not at work and they're like, I better get braces.
Really?
But I don't know. What do you think? I wouldn't have thought this. I did not see this one coming. This wasn't obvious, Jack, saying everybody's going to be going out and get braces during the pandemic. That was not obvious to me. I don't know. Maybe it was
obviously not obvious to me either.
Not obvious to the market either, because up 26%.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean, boom. You hit 430. That's it. That's the pre-market high if you want to target 431 exactly. Holding in here at 420.
You're through that 400 all-time high. So as long as you're above 400, then it's hard to fade. It's hard. You look at Snapchat and you think, oh, the move's ridiculous. It's not going to continue. This is the move. This is the market that moves continue and they go ridiculous. The ridiculous get more ridiculous. So again, fade trade is good, but when you're gapping into all-time highs, so here's the deal with the fade trade. I still don't short stocks making new all-time highs. So I'm not fading, a gap up on Align Technology up 87 points saying the fade trade works on everything. There's the fine print on the fade trade. We don't short stocks making new all-time highs. So I'm not fading that move because I would just break my number one rule is don't short a stock making a new all-time high.
All right, and then the sympathy play, Smile Direct Club.
Yeah, it's moving.
Yeah, that's moving. Let's see what we could do. We got that high of the move, just over 13. We haven't hit that. It's up $1.17. Let's see. We're over 12.40. Let me find out a couple highs for you all. If you're trading, this is just short term. 12.34. That's your 4-day high. 5-day high 12.69. And when they got real excited on this thing, they took it up to 13.42. Just for a little bit of a historical perspective on this, because IPOs they trade. You had your IPO high. People got stuffed there. And then you came down, you had your IPO low. What do you know? $12, halfway, just there. I know my math isn't exact, but right there, get a couple closes over 12, hold 12, and maybe take a shot at that.
Important day for SDC. Getting a nice lift and sympathy off of Align Technology. You need to see this continue because you do have overhead supply in the whole 13 area. It could challenge that today. It looks like it already has in the pre-market.
Michigan company started by
it's important for Smile Direct to get up above 13 and start breaking out here because Align Technology is showing them how it's done. So let's continue. The one concerning thing is you got all these pesky highs back in early 2020 at 15 too. So you are going to start to eventually run this overhead supply, but I think you got some room to 13 and probably that recent high 1341. But after that, it's going to be interesting. But these are important days. You don't want to see the pure play, give it back. And sometimes you do. So
are there any dentist office stocks that we could short? Because this has got to be well. The dentists use this technology too, correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We're reaching there.
All right.
All right. So
Patterson
lots of
Dental
earnings.
Is that still around? Patterson Dental, is that a stock?
No, I don't know. A lot of earnings, big guns today. AT&T, Coca-Cola. We have the airlines. We have some casinos. Where do you want to go? We can go any direction.
Well, let's go to Coke. We haven't given Coke any love at all here in a long time, and it's a decent report. And the Coke stock actually is trying to break out of a trading range here. So, give us the numbers.
I'm pretty sure we talked about Coke like a week or so ago. Anyway, for the first time in a long time, because we don't normally talk about Coke. But yeah,
I got a question though on Coke to the chat and to you guys. So, friend was talking about was it Mentos and Coke we were talking about? Did we have this conversation already?
I don't remember if it was.
Anyways, apparently, if you put Mentos and Coke, it explodes. Wait, and I tried it the other day, and it didn't do much.
Wait,
so I obviously did something wrong.
You didn't know that? You've never done that
before? I just tried it. It didn't even work. I threw a Mentos in a glass of Coke. It didn't do anything. How do you do it? What's the right way to do it? Because the kid is asking me every day, let's explode the pop bottle or whatever.
Put it in the glass.
Dennis. Great.
How do you do it?
Tell
me how to do the Mentos Coke trick. And somebody said you have to use Diet Coke.
You're so good, Dennis. You take toys out of people's garbage cans for your kids.
Diet Coke. They're saying Diet Coke.
Explode.
Oh, my gosh.
And my dad just used to buy me M80s and firecrackers.
Yeah, well, I had firecrackers too when I was a kid. See, we're safer now. We use Mentos and Coke now.
I had M160s.
I had bottle rockers. I did too. I like blew
those things are like those.
I remember being down in Florida and fighting the fire ants and like blowing like bottle rockets and like lighting the fire. And my grandpa would pour gasoline on the hills and then we'd light them on fire. And it was a whole.
You could take out mailboxes with those M160s.
I know we did a lot of bad things when we were younger, Joel. We don't do stuff like this now. We just blow up Coke bottles. How do I do it? Diet Coke, they're telling me.
Yeah, so
not regular Coke.
Well, Easy Mike said it doesn't work in Canada, so you're right.
It doesn't work in Canada. This does not go. It doesn't work with Canadian Coke. It only works with American Coke.
Yeah, you're out of luck there.
So okay, seriously, what do I do? I got like a Coke bottle. I jump some Mentos in, it blows up.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Do I have to like shake the Coke bottle up? Do I put the Mentos in, like shake it up?
No.
Or how do I do it?
You drop it in and you wait. Like if
you wait and then do I leave the lid on it? Do you tighten the lid then and let it like blow up, or do you like loosen the lid and let it just foam up?
No.
All right, I'm just gonna jump in here just because it's
super
dangerous. Super dangerous, Dennis. If you actually look this up, there's people that actually close it back up and shake it, throw it on the ground. That thing will bounce over a house.
No,
not suggesting this.
Will it?
Not suggesting this.
So I shouldn't do this. The 6-year-old's pumped. He asks me every day, when are we blowing the Coke
We need
bottle
more
out?
disclaimers on this show.
You know what happened? It was our neighbor, Eric, and he's like 13, and he was talking to Spencer, who's 6, and he said, they were talking about Coke bottles, like, you ever put Mentos in Coke? So this is where it started from. So the boy has got the pack of mint. It said mint Mentos. He's got the little roll of mint Mentos. How do we do it? So how many Mentos do I need? Just a roll? Dump them in the Coke bottle, throw it out there, and then duck for cover?
Chat's getting restless here. They're they want stocks. They want stocks.
They haven't given me the answer.
We gave you the guide. Okay. Anyway,
right. Go. Coca-Cola. It was a good tangent.
Coke had a good quarter. They beat on their earnings. They beat on their sales. And that's all you need.
Stocks up $1.20. You know what's been a consolidation station. The one problem it has is it's Coke. So it probably isn't going to just fly up a million miles a minute here because it's Coca-Cola. 52 is going to be a wall of resistance. We don't have our book open, but I bet you we're going to find some size somewhere in this book. I'm going to open it now while Joel gives you the same levels that I just gave you.
Yeah, this is a thick stock. It's traded 342 grand to move $1.22. You had all these sellers at 50.5. I think the way I would try and play this one, I don't know about shorting it, but maybe just throw some low ball bid in there and hope like the book can keep it down, because there's going to be some stock. 350,000 is not a lot. You had a big seller at 50.5 over like the last 4 or 5 days. Yeah, another seller at 50.99. So that means you got sellers at 51. Use that, maybe just see what happens at 51.60. 52 is probably a big number too.
What about AT&T here? Let's go there next.
Oh, Dennis.
Oh my goodness, the worst stock to talk about ever.
Well,
anyway, okay, let's go.
I mean, they're reporting this morning their earnings declined as expectations said they would. EPS was in line. Sales beat. I'll just give you the streaming numbers here because that's interesting. Their HBO and HBO. So HBO Max subscribers is at 57 million. So that still pales in comparison to Netflix. and it's less than Disney Plus, it's less than Amazon Prime, but at least they're getting there a little bit. They expect to be. I think I forget what their number is for the year, their guidance on their HBO Max subscribers, but it's getting closer to the Disney Plus range. They were better than expected on their broadband additions and new mobile customers, but the streaming is where I'm interested in, and that was okay. But it's AT&T. They've got 1,000 businesses, and none of them are doing that well.
No, and they're trying to sell them all too because none of them are doing well. Every rally in AT&T is a selling opportunity, in my opinion. I don't have to look at the chart. This is just fundamental. All the businesses is eventually in decline. I think it's the General Electric of the telecommunications industry. I think it's the IBM of the telecommunications industry. These are all eternal sells, in my opinion. I don't think the dividend is safe at 7.5%. I think eventually it's going to get cut. I don't think it's going to be this year. I think it's going to be next year. I sold my AT&T at $32 after holding it for a decade because I believe this stock is going a lot lower. So I'm a seller of AT&T on the rally. Could it rally up to 28 on this? Could it hold for a few days? Sure. The path down to teens isn't a straight line, but I think this is going to be a teeny bopper when we look at this next year.
27.70. Oh, I don't think so. Like when next year?
End of next year. It's the slowest stock ever, but I don't think AT&T is a good investment at all.
Okay.
Don't like it at all.
I mean, it's going to take a long time for it to get down there, but
anyways. Or if they cut the dividend.
If they cut the dividend, then
some people are like, oh, I didn't see that one coming. Oh, yeah, that's a pre-market prep.
27.76 is your pre-market high. It's right up there right now too. So 27. I'll just go up to 28, and then if it clears 28, 28.13, 28.30. But big move, 93 cents. I mean, that doesn't move 93 cents like in a month. So if you got it, a lot of people stuck in this one. Just make sure if you're buying it, taking out the pre-market high. New low, street kind of leading the wrong way into this one. Just selling this thing straight off over, man, a lot of down
27.50. I'm in the book right now. 27.50 has 120,000 shares there. It's not that significant because it's already trading 1.7 mil, but could hold it down a bit. That order obviously becomes active at 9:30. So if you're new to the book, we're just letting you know. There's also a buyer there for 280,000 at 27.50. So somebody is trying to lift that offer. People are excited about the AT&T earnings. I mean, it's been in the doghouse, so every dog has its day. Today's maybe going to be the day for a bit, but I think when we look back at this, it's going to be another selling opportunity. Next.
And just looking at the airlines here, I'm not even going to give you the numbers because they're bad. I guess the silver lining is that they're getting better on a quarter-over-quarter basis. Seems like maybe
they're burning less cash.
Right, they're burning less cash and they're making more money. Right.
They're not making more money. They're having more people. They have more revenue.
Well, that's right. Total revenue. Right. Exactly. So this is for LUV and for AAL. So it seems like maybe the worst of it was the third quarter. And so their last report. And so looks like we're getting past it now. Based on yesterday.
Dead money. I mean, what do you want to do?
I don't know. Like they're going to have to raise more cash. They're, they had the American Airlines CEO on CNBC this morning and they're asking about the cash and he's got, another offering coming out and, they're saying, is this it? And, he beats around the question because they don't know if it's it. They don't know how long this is going to happen for. They got a demand problem. Until demand comes back, they're going to keep burning cash. I mean, they were trying to get the cash burn something down. I don't know if I'm
good news. We got some good news. We got some good news here.
25 million a day.
Jobless claims. They like the jobless claims, right? They just jobless claims.
Pop.
Yeah, snap, crackle, pop. Not much. What are the jobless claims, Spencer? Or maybe not.
Well, no, jobless claims were okay. I mean, they were better than expected. They were lower than expected, which is good, right? So 787,000 new claims filed last week. That was lower than the 860,000 estimate, and lower than last week's total. So last jobless claims filed is obviously good. I saw continuing claims go by, and that was is also lower than the estimate. So yeah, it's good, but in the grand scheme of things, it's still not good.
Little pop right back to where we were, 34. Still
Day trade.
Yeah, I didn't move as much. I thought we got just over 34.30 on the pop and now fading a little bit. So that's where we got
trade
to.
wins.
Yep.
Buy the dip, sell the rip. Look at that instant money. Next.
Money.
Right. Sell the rip in I wouldn't call it a rip, maybe a slight.
What do you got for me? What do you got?
In the casinos this morning, too. Kind of the same story.
Yeah, this is just the same thing. It's like dog day right now. So all the stocks that had expectations that were in the gutter, the airlines, AT&T, Las Vegas Sands, expectations just so low that it's like, okay, the bar is literally below the ground. So we just walk on the ground and we'll get over the bar. That's what this is. It's just a bounce. I think Las Vegas Sands bounce to be sold too. Probably runs into resistance at 50. Could it squeeze them a little bit? It's been in the gutter, but these businesses, it's tough to just come in here and say this is it. This is the turning point, because it's been, history tends to repeat itself, and every time you've bought the Las Vegas Sands bounce, it's been a mistake. So I'm not buying the bounce today, saying it's a mistake. I would be more inclined to sell this rip. Got up near 50. I don't know if it already did. I didn't look at the after hours report, but I'd be a seller up near 50.
I don't know. It got to 40. We're at 48.41. You got close to 49.50 pre-market high, or that was actually an after hours high, 49.40. This is a real interesting area, for me, because you came off the low and you're like, oh, you had the bottom, right? And then you had 2 days here, and then I don't know why it got slammed on that day. Gap down a couple bucks, maybe some Macau numbers or something, but I think a lot of people say, man, $49. That fills the gap, gets me out of the stock. Currently trading 48.41. So that's the look. LVS. That stock's gone nowhere pre-COVID, right? For years it's had intermediate runs, but I don't know.
It's not Penn Gaming. It's not DraftKings. Maybe we should talk DraftKings. DKNG getting close to the $40 level we were talking about. Seems to leak every single day. I almost Dan Nathan last night, CNBC. We know some people don't like Dan, but because he's eternally bearish. But they can move stocks, and he last night said I'd be buying DraftKings here. It's low enough that I'd actually start buying it, and it popped from 41.5 up to over $42 when he started talking about that. There's enough retail people that watch that show that there could be some follow through buying here today. So if I was short DraftKings, I would cover it now. Am I going long it? I'm watching it. I kind of wanted it a little bit lower, but it's almost there to the level where I thought I might buy it at, just trying to bounce off 40. But can Dan Nathan rally this thing today? Can he be a catalyst to make this thing go up? There was a lot of people buying this last night, and now it's kind of got forgotten because the market started selling off. But keep an eye on DraftKings. Could be a sleepy winner today for a day trade. I'd keep an eye on this. If this thing can stay and hold green, this thing could actually rally today.
Couple lows in the same area for the last few, 41.25, 41.70, and then you have the triple bottom. I think it's right, 40.40, 40.50. Tried to rally. I had the lockup. Tried to rally off that. I don't know. It just seems like too obvious of a number. You know what I mean? Yeah. If I was day trading and it was short, it came down to 40.25, 40.30. Yeah, I'd buy it there. But man, it just seems like such an obvious number. When do they have earnings? Do we know when we have earnings?
No, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Spencer, that's your cue.
I was writing in the chat. Sorry. Earnings.
Earnings on DraftKings.
Look it up in the pro. Yeah, confirmed for the 13th. So we got a few weeks.
I think just keep an eye on it today. It could have a sleepy little rally here today. It's oversold. Okay. It's oversold, and CNBC. I've seen CNBC commentators turn these things before. So you just gotta be cautious if you're short it. It is oversold here now. This thing was $64. It's been straight down to 41. It's been too easy for the shorts. It's due for a squeeze up to 45. So I might play it if we can hold, as long as we hold green. I'm not in it yet, but I'm thinking about getting in it.
We're leaking
short-term
here.
Trade for short-term
trade. We got to that 24.30 and we faded off here. Having trouble. Down 8.75. 34.23 even. We're a little bit of a decline here.
All right, let's go to our guest here, Jerremy Newsome, reallifetrading.com. He's on with us now on PreMarket Prep. Jerremy, good morning. Oh, peace. What's up?
Oh, we can't hear him.
He's so new at this stuff. He's so
He's
new
got a
at
better
this.
beard than I do, though. I'll tell you that.
You got to turn on the microphone for it to work every time. Every time.
What do you got in the background there, Jeremy?
This is a Mercator map projection of the world.
What?
So that's
What does that tell us about the market? Is that
nothing at all. No.
He just likes the world. He's along
like
the
maps,
world.
man. I like maps. I'm a map guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's on your radar, Mr. Newsome? I want to know. First question is, you sold. We had the Jerremy Newsome top. We actually
He never told us when to buy.
Back in September. Maybe he hasn't bought yet. Back September the 1st or whatever. Like literally the top.
We have
five.
the text.
He said, we have the text to prove it. He said, I sold out of everything. I'm out of this market. I think it's going to go down. And we tanked for like 10% almost there for literally, that was the correction there. You called the correction perfectly. So the big question to you here today, is it safe to jump back into the water, or are we going to get our legs ripped off by a
Good
shark?
question, man. I would tiptoe in. I'm about 50% in cash right now.
Oh, so you have tiptoed back in.
Yeah, I have tiptoed back in. Yep. And I'll tell you guys what I'm buying. But I mean, realistically, with the broader market, in my personal opinion, I really do feel like and think with the election, regardless of who gets either elected or reelected, I do believe we're going to get a nice little 7 to 10% pullback. And at that point in time, I think it's a really, really good idea to start, again, getting back in. I think we go higher regardless of who's in office. But look at this beautiful monthly chart. It's just so nice. Really good breakout. You got a good retest. We're holding.
You are drawing on my charts?
How did you do that?
brother?
Oh my gosh. This
How does
guy
he
is
do this stuff?
unbelievable.
He's somehow drawing on Joel's chart, Joel's screen. And
Jeremy's actually right next to me right now.
This is the map in your house, dude.
How's he doing that?
Wait, someone's at my door. It's Jerremy Newsome.
How did
This guy's amazing. How did you do that, Jeremy?
That's like magician stuff right there.
Man, Zoom has a lot of cool features. Annotation, remote annotations, one of those.
Remote annotation.
He's using remote annotation. There's a word for you.
Man. It's kind of like machine learning. We should IPO with just that word.
I know that. Well, yeah, that'd be your SPAC. That's your SPAC.
That's it, man.
Word, buzzword, instant billionaire, right there. I don't even remember the word now because it was too big for my vocabulary. But he was drawing on Joel's chart. That was awesome.
I'm glad that was awesome, guys. Yeah.
Thanks,
Do
beer
it
guy.
again.
Beer guy says I can't even draw on my own charts.
But there he is.
All right.
Joel can't figure out drawing his own charts. Jeremy can do it from like a million miles away on the other side of the world.
He's probably driving his Tesla right now too, or he's not driving a Tesla. He's in a Tesla.
Guy, every time he gets on, amazes me more.
All right, you guys are awesome.
Let's go to some more. There's a lot of gaps here today.
There's a lot of gaps, man. I am watching Tesla, although I will say this. I agree with a lot of your statements in the sense that I do think that some sellers are going to come in. I'm just going to be pretty patient on Tesla today. It absolutely could just storm for the first 15 minutes, and then it could get some selling. So I'm going to play it relatively cautiously today, but I am looking at going bullish. I do have long calls on Tesla. I have shares. I have put sales. If it can be made money with it going up, I'm in it on Tesla. So that's about 40% of the 50% that I'm not in the market is a Tesla. So I'm a Tesla.
So you're still bullish.
What do you think the next catalyst is going to be for Tesla? I mean, you have the earnings here. So what's the next catalyst?
Earnings were good, man. Catalyst is honestly just breaking out of this consolidation because people want it. That's the thing. This is a hot momentum stock right now. It does look like a crypto chart. I fully agree. It's kind of ridiculous over here. But I mean, this consolidation is a thing of beauty. And if we really, really start kind of breaking out and we start holding, I agree with Joel immaculately. If we can hold today without selling off, yeah, that's going to be a strong.
I need a thesaurus for this show.
No, he speaks in big words.
And he went to University of Florida too.
Oh man, yeah. So Tesla, dude, definitely watching that one. I like that Spencer brought up Align Technology. I hadn't seen that, so Spencer, thank you. ALGN. I'll be keeping an eye on that one just for a fade at some point later in the day, because normally on nice movers like Snapchat, so Snapchat yesterday, I'll talk about that in just a second. With the Align gap, I will be watching it for a late afternoon, like everyone just keeps buying. It'll be up 35% or something ridiculous. And then I'll try to see if I can find a good fade on it at some point. So
why do you switch how do you switch different time frames like that? Because I know you've done some trades just like right off the open, like you're within like the first 2 minutes you're striking, and then here you talked about a 15-minute time frame. For this one, you're gonna let the dust settle, maybe do the 2 o'clock, 2:30 fade. What makes you use the different time frames?
That's a good question, man. Usually it's the gap size generally. So if it's really, really big, usually over 20%, the sentiment of investors and traders, we have to think about it like they're going to be as confused as I am. So if something's up 20%, are more people buying it? Are they going to sell and lock in profits? Could it keep going? People are really, really confused. But sometimes if you have a very small gap and shorts are obviously going to cover because they're stuck, they're stuffed, they're just going to take the loss and move on. Then I feel like if it's a very quick transaction, I can look at the chart and see very cleanly that everyone wants to just get out and move along, then I'll go in pretty aggressively. Yeah. But I will say this, guys, I don't think that gap that we got on Snapchat yesterday, I don't think it ever fills, ever.
You said that about
Pinterest.
You did. You don't think it ever fills?
Ever. Nope.
You're a long snap forever.
Well, I will be playing some bullish positions on Snapchat, man. This is a strong breakout. Like this looks like Etsy. This looks like Facebook. This looks like Pinterest.
You got some shorts caught big time.
Yeah, man. And Joel, you know how much I love Pinterest, right? But this is
yep. That was the one you said that had the gap and go. Yep.
So Pinterest, man, that's a strong one. But yeah, Snapchat, I think it's just, I don't think it ever. Look at that. Oh. Look at that monthly chart. That is just dirty like that. And we're going to close like that because, 2 weeks.
That ain't coming back in anytime soon. I agree with you.
Yeah.
You got a lot of people caught in this one.
Yeah. Now we could pull back a little bit. Here we go. I'm about to do it again. So we can pull
draw
back.
on it.
We can pull back a little
Spencer,
bit.
do you know how to do this? Reverse note annotation?
Yes, I can.
Really?
Yes.
You've known this whole time. You haven't told us. We've had to look at Joel trying to draw lines on the chart. I could have did this. We got to have a lesson here. I'm going to start drawing on this. So.
Yeah, man. Just draw on Joel's charts.
I never knew I could do this. I got to figure this out.
All right.
I'm Googling this right now in the background.
We need a Zoom lesson for the rest of you. So
hey, Spencer, teach them how to do like virtual backgrounds, man.
No,
I've heard of it.
I might get long Zoom if you can just. Is this just a Zoom thing?
Yeah, this is Zoom, man. Zoom.
Holy mackerel! No wonder Zoom's worth $1 billion or $100 billion.
$1 billion, dude. You wish it was only $1 billion. About to say, you wish it was only $1 billion. Oh
I'd be quiet.
Oh my gosh!
All right, do some John on this one.
Well, so yeah, honestly, Snapchat. I do think that this is very, very possible. One of two chances. So this is the green line. Or we have like the pink line where we just kind of hang out, chop around, and then go higher. But all roads lead to higher on this because I absolutely was a perma bear at IPO on Snapchat. They had like what $24 billion valuation, which was just too much. And it sold off. But the thing is, obviously it sold off. But the challenge was a lot of the users when it IPO'd were what, 13, 14, 15. 3 years have gone by. So now mathematically they're 16, 17, 18, right? So they're driving cars, they're starting to go to colleges, and they're starting to go to high schools.
They have money to spend is what you're saying.
Exactly. And so now they have some money in there. So there we go, Dennis.
Are you on a
Dennis is the man.
Dennis, you did that?
Hi, Joe. I'll sign my autograph.
Look how quick we can learn things. I love this, boy.
All right,
this is awesome. I get to draw on Joel's charts. Look, I take the crayon. Woo! It's not a very straight line.
Perhaps this is why I never
channel. Oh, we got a breakout gap.
Spencer's hiding under his desk on this one.
No, wait. Jeremy, I want to ask you about PayPal here. We talked about PayPal earlier, and you had mentioned in the chat that you were bullish PayPal.
Yep.
And I want your thoughts on that.
Yes. So I have a long-term debit spread, which is a little bit of a newer strategy for me. This will be newer to Joel. I haven't talked tons and tons about this, but not newer to Joel. Sorry, newer to Joel for me, for my strategies. This is relatively new, but generally what I like to do on companies like this is I'm in a 200 280 January 2022 bull call spread, which is a debit spread. And so that caps my upside, but it gives me long exposure. So I like this because number one, man, I use PayPal a lot and I know exactly how they make money. They have tons of data. They own Venmo and everyone and their mom is using Venmo right now for everything. So I love this. And I absolutely am just enamored by this open right here. It's just a beautiful, beautiful gap. Really nice compression. This is one that I was playing pretty aggressively yesterday, Joel. Just because that gap, that open, I mean, look how clean that is, just right barely above those opens, above the highs of the last 3 or 4 days. Those shorts are trapped. I think PayPal is going to slowly continue higher because why not, man? I mean, it's a darling. Everyone uses it. Everyone understands it. The valuations are not ridiculous. And then getting into the whole Bitcoin thing, I mean, you guys know I've always been a fan of Bitcoin, so I'm thumbs up on PayPal.
Are you still long Bitcoin?
Oh yeah, heavy.
Do you have, okay, so how do you buy Bitcoin? You go in the Coinbase account and you actually have the Bitcoins and don't forget your 16-digit code?
So, well, the code, they do all the storage for you. So at this point, Coinbase is FDIC insured. So it's not a lot different than a bank account for me.
Oh.
So I do all my savings with Bitcoin. So if I'm saving money, I just put it right into Bitcoin.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So I like volatility, man. You know,
it's not even volatile anymore. It's like it's boring now. We were saying the volatility left Bitcoin. It's just stable now. Well, it's stabilized.
It was moving. It moves about 5% a week up and down.
It doesn't feel like 25% a week. It feels
true
relative to where Bitcoin was volatility. So
yeah.
So you just get your Coinbase account. You just make some money in the stocks and you just throw it into Bitcoin.
Yep. That's what I do, man. That's exactly what I do.
So you're like all in on Bitcoin.
I am.
Do you still
Bitcoin or bust?
Do you still got Ashley in Square?
I do not know actually. So I know Square. Let's see. Square right now is, let me pull this bad boy up. I know a lot of traders are doing some $200 November covered calls on it. Are you still in Square, Joel or Lisa?
Is Lisa still in Square?
Yeah.
He doesn't even know.
I don't know. I don't know about this one.
I'm not sure. He's not sure if his wife's
I'm not
in or
shorted.
not.
I know that.
I sold mine at 60. I was the dumb one.
Oh, during COVID?
Horrible.
60?
Yeah, when I thought the end of the world, the zombie apocalypse was
coming. Sold everything.
I sold everything. I was out zombie apocalypse style. I watched Walking Dead.
AMC, man. AMC.
Right,
I know AMC screwed me twice. Owning the stock and making me sell everything because I thought The Walking Dead was coming.
I told Jeremy I was going to give. All right, let's
go.
You
said you're going to drill me.
Yeah, let's go to CMG. How you trading this one today?
So Chipotle, I actually did not take any Chipotle trades recently. I thought about this is normally how I play Chipotle earnings, and I didn't this time simply because I'm chicken. I think that's right. I normally buy somewhere between 1 and 5 shares. And if it gaps up, I sell it and make enough money to pay for some burritos. And
it's buying them lunch or it's not buying them lunch.
That's it. And so if it gaps down,
5 shares. I'm eating lunch today or I'm not eating lunch today.
Dude. But the thing is, and shout outs to Chipotle. Shame on you. I ordered an Uber Eats getting home from the airport like, I don't know, a week and a half ago. It was 9:30. They closed at 10, ordered an Uber Eats, and 9:49 comes around. They canceled my order. And I was like, bro, what is going on there? So anyway, I didn't buy the stock because I was like, you guys screwed me on Uber Eats. And I didn't
Revenge trade.
Yeah, so I just didn't do anything.
A few of those. They never work out.
They didn't get any of my money this time.
Well, what about now? Now you just going to let this one settle out?
Yeah, I'm going to let this one settle out.
All right.
Trend is too strong, so I can't really short this one.
All right, we got to get your opinion on a stock that's probably doomed to have like an accounting scandal or something. And it's a gap. And this is a low price one. Do you trade low price stocks at all?
Ooh, tell me, what do we got?
Ford's gap.
So, oh man. So Joel, you were mentioning, Dennis was mentioning AT&T, like just going to go slowly sinking. Speaking of sinking, like look at this Ford chart.
That's been horrible.
Yeah, Ford and AT&T are in the exact same bucket for me.
Yeah, like, I had them in the same bucket too until yesterday.
If you're in this one,
I changed my mind yesterday.
You were old and hate new technology. That's really it.
We're and you want to know who's in this? So here's the craziest thing. This has never happened before, and this will make you more bearish here.
Tell me.
We did the bullish rant on Ford yesterday. I've been bearish Ford forever. It's like I feel like since birth. Yeah. And I went bullish on it yesterday. because General Motors is getting love for EVs. And I'm like, you know what? They're going to start talking about the electric F-150, the electric, the buzz could actually roll over into Ford here. So I feel like it could go to $10. I bought some yesterday after I did the rant. I bought some at the open, but I also, there's also some other information, Mr. Spencer Israel and Joel Elconin. I believe I suckered them into this as well. So did you guys both buy yesterday too?
Yep. Yeah,
they all bought the open yesterday. That's why it opened strong.
Where's a swing trade?
Exactly. So you guys are saying
swing trades,
a swing trade. We can trade. You guys can trade anything on a swing. I mean, so
you're not investing in Ford, but no. I don't know. I just feel like there's going to be Sleepy Joe's going to be coming in here.
I can do that. I can. Yeah. That makes tons of sense. That does make tons of sense.
I don't know. Now that all three of us are in, I want out.
But I will say this: I do love crab mode on that new GM Hummer. Did you guys see that?
I heard about it. It's like
boys, like this thing can move sideways. It's pretty sick. It can look like a crab.
I heard it goes 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds. Though.
The wheels pivot and everything. It was a pretty good looking vehicle, man. I will say that.
Oh, it looked a lot better than
GM's hot right now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be watching GM also.
The Ford catch-up trade is what it is right now. We're hoping for the Ford catch-up trade. Squeeze a few shorts.
You know what company they're trying to catch up with, Dennis?
What's that?
Your boy Tesla. That's it. That's
what
we're trying to
it's
catch
never
up
going to
with.
catch up with Tesla.
No.
We should have just wrote puts. Well, I guess you kept writing puts. I stopped writing puts after it started.
Never stopped, man.
Never stopped writing puts.
Not on Tesla.
Like, not on Tesla, man.
There's money at 100 still, Dennis.
At $100 right now. What are you getting for the 100 puts?
So 100 puts for February or January, you're getting like $1 and some change.
I give you like 1 per. This is like free money.
Yep.
Yep. Money grows on trees. I heard there's a book about that.
That's it, team.
Money does grow on trees.
Yep. I love it.
That's Jerremy Newsome's book. Go buy Jerremy Newsome's book. Money does grow on trees.
Joel,
thanks, man.
What are you playing for us right now?
I'm trying to get the crab mode.
All right. I don't even know.
Are we watching crab mode?
I don't know.
I'm going to draw on the crab mode.
I don't know what's happening there. All right. Jerremy Newsome.
He's lost it now.
You can find more about his trading.
He's going? Where's he going? Market does go. Oh, wow. 8:53.
Dude, time flies, man.
Oh, yeah,
we're going to have to charge you extra for coming on today.
Yeah, that's fine.
Reallifetrading.com is his site. You should check it out. I highly recommend it. It's Jerremy Newsome. We always appreciate the time. Have a good one, sir.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Also, and he's on a trader's journey. Forgot to mention that. Jeremy,
when's that?
We did an interview with Jeremy. Did that go live already?
I don't think so. Did it go live?
I'm going to watch that. So check it out on our YouTube channel. We did a nice long interview with Jeremy about how he started and where he came from and where he's going.
Yeah, I think it was me, Ryan, and Luke that day. So it was a party, man. Virtual party.
Have a good one, Jeremy.
Love you guys. Take care.
Thanks, Jeremy.
All right, Jeremy, you're the best.
We got some stocks from the chat I want to get to.
Take your time.
Start with Snow, SONW.
How's that doing?
How is Snow doing? Is it snowing? Oh, it broke out yesterday. That's a nice chart.
Oof.
The valuations is ridiculous, but the chart looks pretty good. I'd buy the pullback. So see, valuation doesn't matter. I'd buy the pullback, even though valuation's insane on this. Not investment account, not investing in Snow. But trading, I'd be a buyer of the pullback on Snow.
One pesky high here, 278.26. And I don't know if Jeremy's still here. He can draw my chart for me. But
put your chart up. I don't even see a chart, so I can't draw. I could draw on your face right now.
All right, hold on.
You better hurry. That's gonna happen here.
All right, I gotta
see. This is why I don't show you guys anything.
Don't show me these tricks. I got stuff going. Actually, I can't figure out how to do it now.
I can't believe you held. Oh, you held out.
Oh no, there it is. View options.
Look at that.
Now, oh no, I can't draw on your face. It only pops up when we have the charts. Annotate.
263 looks like it's about halfway here. So it's holding that. There's your level. This weird here. I mean, there's a lot of people thinking from this day, like, oh boy.
I can't draw straight lines. How do you draw a straight line? I never could do that even in art class. That's why I failed grade 3 art.
All right,
break out.
Just look at
out.
Look at the high from yesterday.
It's not body odor. That's breakout.
271.29 right there, right now.
All right, what about Redfin here? This is a name we haven't talked about for quite some time.
Redfin.
Yeah.
I know Bluefin. Oh,
you don't
no,
know
Redfin.
about Redfin?
I know Redfin.
You know Redfin.
I know.
Dennis, get your that thing.
Oh,
off
wow.
my
You've sold
chart.
off pretty hard here.
Dennis,
Did you bounce off this 40? This is your spot. You got to bounce here. You don't bounce here.
Dennis,
You're gonna see 40.
take your thing off my
bounce.
chart.
Oh, is it still there?
Yes.
Okay, clear.
You have to.
I cleared it.
You have to clear it. Yeah.
All right.
$44 looks like support in this one. After that, you got a double bottom, a little bit lower. This is the replacing real estate brokers. 42.36, 42.31. But hard sell off here. Maybe wait for a double bottom to strike, but get hit coming off an all-time high.
All right, what would you guys do here with the Overstock? It had the massive run up. There was a time where it was the best performing stock of the year. Those days are over.
Gone, long gone.
Long gone. But what would you do with Overstock here?
60 is where it looks like it wants to go. Is it going to go there in a straight line? Probably not. But could you get a bounce at 60? Maybe. Hard to get interested really until this thing can start breaking out through all those highs around $83.
Yeah.
So, or 84, 85. I mean, it put in so much work there to go lower. Now it's resolved to the downside. People thought that was a nice, pretty cup and handle. It's supposed to go up from there, and it went down. So they're all caught. All those technical traders using chart formations are all caught long, and I think it ends badly.
Worth noting on the Overstock thing, there is a potential catalyst here that T0, which is their broker dealer, it launched a web app yesterday, so it's now like more broadly available. It's a crypto broker dealer or blockchain.
Yeah, what they supposed to do? Like stocks too, or something? Have a stock exchange? Is that Overstock or is that somebody else?
Yeah, well, it's like I mean, something like that. I know the founder was like super. He wanted to change the market structure, and
that was a while ago.
Wanted to make his own thing. Best I can remember, it's like a blockchain based broker dealer. And
it was a great move from 0 to 120. So it's funny. The 50% retracement's just basically coming in here. Say 0 was $2, so 2 to 120. Bounced at 60 the first time, coming to retest the 60. Critical that it holds 60. If you're long this thing and starts going through 60, you don't want to be long it. So I would say $60 is where I think it's heading. You maybe try it there for a bounce, and you hope it bounces, because if it doesn't, then get the hell out.
What about Whirlpool? We didn't discuss Michigan-based company. We did not discuss
This is Tim Seymour's stock, man. I've had Tim on in a while. Get Tim back on.
Okay.
Tim for a while. Put him on the list.
Yeah.
Love Tim Seymour. He's been preaching this one on Fast Money for a while here now. Tim, you are being rewarded here this morning. Nice quarter for Whirlpool, breaking out, doing everything right. I guess this is all-time high. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. 2015, we got back to $217. So, but we're getting into multi-year highs here. So trying to break out, if we get above the 206.11 high, again, it's got to get there. Somebody bought this thing up to 215 last night.
I don't know what they were.
That's the algos just throwing money away. So if it breaks out through 206, it's looking good. But again, I don't like buying stocks that are up $10.
Yeah, it's just thin stock, goes all over the place. If you're it's up 817. Maybe if it came back down to 200, 202.14 was the top of yesterday's range. Sometimes you just get a quick whoosh down there and then they go back up, but not a lot of volume. 11,000 shares have traded in the Benton Harbor, Michigan company.
Joel always knows when
he knows where all these Michigan companies are from.
All right, let's do one more. Okay. Oh, Virtue. Haven't had Virtue on the show in a while.
BIRT. Oh, it's been a dog. I own it. It's been horrible. I don't understand it, because obviously either the market just doesn't care about performance or Virtue's not firing on all cylinders. And I can't understand. This is my best year of trading since 2009. And actually since 2008. This is like my third best year of trading ever. And like from a day trading perspective. So Virtue, Citadel, UBS, the trading operations will all be killing it. And they were killing it. And I don't know why, but the market just doesn't care that they're killing it. They don't like companies that make money, maybe. So I should have considered that when I was like, oh, Virtue's going to be killing it. Stock's got to go higher. No, we don't like companies that make money, so we sell them. So anyways, 4.4% dividend. I own Virtue Financial. It's been terrible. I bought it at 23.5. I went to 28. I felt like a hero. Now it's 21.80, and I feel like a zero. So said that before. Virtue Financial has been a dog, firing on all cylinders, and they don't reward it. So I guess I'm a seller of pops.
Yeah, must hold
Even though I
level
own it.
for today. 21.76 yesterday's low, 82 close. You got a double bottom here at 21.65. So there's some support. It's also, I don't know, Dennis, don't give up on this dog yet. I mean, you got some monthly support in here too. Let me know when you sell it, that I may buy it.
All right.
Yeah, monthly lows here.
I'm a better trader than I am an investor.
2093. I mean, there's some monthly support here if you're trading off a monthly chart.
All right, that'll be a wrap for us. I want to mention briefly, there is, of course, the last presidential debate tonight. Benzinga will actually be live streaming the debate on our YouTube channel. We pulled some strings, called in some favors, and by we, I mean Mitch. And so if you want to watch the debate on our YouTube channel tonight, you'll be able to do so. That'll be a fun little thing that we're doing. And yeah, that was my announcement. That'll be it, I think, for our show today. You can check out more in the description of this video. There's links to Benzinga Pro, links to our newsletters, links to our events, a lot there. You can always catch a replay on YouTube, or we're also on every major podcast platform, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, et cetera, et cetera. Please remember, all the information from our show is meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. You can also email us, premarket@benzinga.com, for any questions, comments, concerns, or feedback. That's a wrap. Thanks to our guest, Jerremy Newsome. Thanks to all of you in our chats. Thanks for the likes. We appreciate the likes, and I always want to see more of them. So that makes me happy. And that's it. I think Joel and I will be back at 3:40 p.m. Eastern time. In the meantime, everyone, have a great day and good luck out there.